Good morning. It's Friday, October 21st. Our top story today is on the record king crab prices that are being paid in Alaska due to the severe cutbacks in the supply. Contracts have been signed and shipments agreed at a price of $20 CNF to Japan, and the price in Seattle is also around the equivalent $20. This is for ocean run king crab. It is not strictly the largest sizes. It's useful to put these kind of prices in perspective. There have been two times in the last 20 years or so when there's been kind of a market panic over Bristol Bay red king crab. The first was in 1994 when the fishery actually got closed down and didn't open, and what little crab was available then sold for very high prices. Currently in Japan, in terms of yen prices, that meant about a $4,000 yen price for king crab. And this year, Japanese buyers are expecting the price to become very close to that, around 3,800 yen. It could exceed, it could go up to this 4,000 yen. The other time I remember kind of a market panic was just before the millennium, before the 2000 new year, when there was a expectation that huge millennium demand and celebrations were going to require a lot of king crab, and when the season opened in October, people rapidly bid up the price. My memory then is close to $16, but that could be wrong. But in any event, these things are temporary situations. They're driven by supply shortage and market demand. It's important to realize that Bristol Bay king crab is not the only king crab produced in Alaska. The roughly 7 million pounds of Bristol Bay king crab are just about matched by around 6 million pounds of golden king crab or brown crab, and nearly 2 million pounds of St. Matthew's blue crab that are going to be available this year. All of this king crab is undifferentiated in terms of the U.S. market, but highly differentiated in Japan. And as a result, the St. Matthew's blue crab and the golden king crab are not really export products and will come into the U.S. market. Some packers are reporting that they think maybe 80% of the Bristol Bay red king crab will go to Japan at current price levels. In the past, these record high prices for king crab, where we see almost a $7 spread between the prices of the largest size king crab and the 2024s and the 20-ups. In the past, they've also led to higher prices for other crab products. We don't know how long this is going to continue because the Alaska Paleo volume is going to be increasing this year. But it's important to recognize that these types of price spikes are reactions to supply shortage, and they're not reflections of underlying market demand. That's why the prices eventually return to earth. Until that happens, buyers and sellers are just going to have to play the hand they're dealt. In Lexington, Mass., this is John Sackton.